I don't want to hate Marvel for the rest of my years out of fear for what I'm afraid they're going to do to my favorite character. Marvel has steadily been declining. It's no secret at this point. And we need to know why. And if they destroy this character in their show coming up, I will riot. I will start a cult and go start a revolution against Disney. We will riot together, I promise. I've already declared war on Hollywood, and Disney will be the first target. 2014 to 2019, that 5-year period was Marvel's peak, and now it's fallen from grace. Okay? We had stuff like Winter Soldier, Civil War, the Avengers Infinity War, and Endgame. Now it feels more like a green machine, a product where the souls of men go to die, where artistry and passion is dead. Only way we can give birth to a new age of Marvel, a golden age again, is by embracing the man without fear. Do we think that the new Avengers in their upcoming movies are gonna be as compelling as the old ones? Probably not. A lot of these characters we don't even care about. Let's just be honest. Like, really? Captain Marvel, Photon, the new Vision. Why is Namor on this? Why are Namor and Star-Lord in this? They're not even part of it. Why are these two people here? Hulk and She-Hulk, bro. Both of you are frauds. Both of you are disgraces to the Hulk name. Alright? Listen. No part of the multiverse or the cosmic aspects of the MCU are going to save the MCU. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. Deadpool and Wolverine, I know that the big marketing thing was like, oh, is Deadpool going to save the Marvel? No, he's not. Good movie, fun movie, Deadpool and Wolverine was, but it's not going to save the multiverse. Come on now. It's not going to save Marvel. The only way to save Marvel is to, you can keep going with all this, but this is not going to give you anywhere near the same amount of quality that Marvel had in its peak timeline. Okay? You need to embrace the dark side. The true unsung messiah of Marvel. He is the best thing they have. He is Marvel Jesus. I swear to you all, all of you, you have one of the best characters in fiction. My favorite superhero. Okay? Let me tell you something about Daredevil. His show, in my opinion, is arguably the best thing that Marvel's ever done. All right? I know people are going to bring up Loki. I know you're going to bring up Loki and all this. Oh, Loki's the best. It's the best Disney Marvel Plus show. Disney Plus Marvel show. Yes, it's not better than Daredevil. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not even go there. This guy and female Loki and their adventures are better than Matt Murdock going at it with Wilson Fisk. You can't even stop. Daredevil has it all. Okay? And I saw a sneak peek. I saw the leaks from the Daredevil to Born Again trailer, and I have some thoughts. Okay, I have some thoughts. I think that we have a true opportunity to return Marvel to glory, but not with superpowers, CGI, cosmic nonsense. I'm talking about the return of street level heroes. I'm talking about ditching the whole multiverse saga and returning to form with street level stuff. Okay? Look, season 1 and season 3 of Daredevil are peak Marvel. All right, season 2 it's all right. It's not as good as the other two, but it's still good. A bad season of Daredevil is better than a Disney Plus's best season. Okay, in my opinion. So this is the best superhero show, in my opinion, of all time. It came out at a point when Arrow was declining, and we needed a vigilante superhero show to come into the fold. And Daredevil came, and I came as a result. I was in high school and I decided to become a vigilante because of this guy. Now I go and fight crime in the form of assassinating movies that don't do well. I'm a vigilante. With stuff like Logan and Deadpool and then Blade and all this R-rated stuff that we've seen in the past, people want a resurgence of mature content. I don't want to say dark and gritty because that term is overused, but people want a resurgence of the serious stuff. We want real shit. We want people to. We want no holds barred. We don't want superhero movies to hold back and just resort to the same cheesy cliches and jokes all the time, and then politically safe bullshit. We don't want that. We tried the street level with Hawkeye, Echo, and listen, these shows Like literally, the first episode of Echo is the only good one because it's Wilson Fisk and Daredevil. And the first few episodes were okay of Hawkeye, but then they shows descended into dog shit. Listen, Echo, I don't think anyone liked that show. I don't think anyone remembers that Echo was a thing. Hawkeye, like, this had so much potential and they ruined it, and they turned Wilson Fisk into a baboon. Like, this guy turned into Santa Claus who just got blown up with bombs. And then I don't even want to know what they did to Wilson Fisk and Echo. They turned him into like a cucked out crybaby. We need Marvel Knights, but I don't mean like a show around that. We tried this with Defenders, you know, like with a crossover with heroes, and I don't think the I don't want to go to that right now. I want these characters to have individual shows. I want to see Ghost Rider have a show. You know, I want to see maybe Elektra can be part of Daredevil show, and Punisher can have a show, and Blade needs a freaking movie at this point. Come on now, but we need to embrace these kinds of characters. You know, Midnight Suns type of shit. You know, we can get into the superpowered stuff with Wolverine. You know, Ghost Rider. Okay, I don't know what Spider-Man and Iron Man are here, but you know, the darker sides of these characters. All right, we can get dark, but first we got to start out with the street level. Okay, I know some of these are not street level, but you know what I mean. Do any of us want this? This is our future. This is our future in the current MCU. We got characters like She-Hulk and Agatha coming into the fold. God damn, who asked for this? Why is Agatha even a show? She was the worst. When she came into WandaVision, that show got infinitely worse. She-Hulk is a pathetic character. She's not a likable character at all. They turned Daredevil into this smiley, goofy, walk of shame doing character. Which, by the way, I'm not against Matt Murdock smiling and having a good time. Daredevil has been like that, especially when he first came, you know, into Marvel. In the comics, he was a funny character. You know, I don't even dislike the suit necessarily, but we need to get back into the depressed Matt for us to have a really good story. Because what they did with him, listen, his episode was my favorite episode of the series. By the way, nothing else in the show I liked. I was waiting for him the whole time, but you know, it is what it is. This is what we have to look forward to in the MCU's TV future, anyways. And I'm not interested in Ironheart either, by the way. Personally, I literally am only interested in street level stuff now because every time they go supernatural or superpowered, it turns into this mess. Okay, I don't want to see Daredevil doing CGI flips over She-Hulk in the majority of his fights. I don't want that. I want to see hand-to-hand combat, well choreographed, well shot, well filmed, in camera, like he did. I don't want to see Wilson. Oh my god, what did they do to Wilson Fisk and Echo? Did you guys see Echo? Did you see this guy was knelt? This guy was put on his knees, and she made his soul better or some shit. Like she made him forget what happened to him or something. She put him at peace. Why the hell would you put Wilson Fisk at peace? This guy's a kingpin for God's sakes. You still got Daredevil and probably Spider-Man movies to go where he's the villain. Why the hell would you turn him? I don't need to see Wilson Fisk as the villain right away in the Daredevil show, but like, why would you do this to him? Look at him. What the hell is this? Why is he kneeling? Why is he kneeling, begging for forgiveness? Why is he crying? Why would you do this? What is with Marvel and trying to emasculate all these great characters, bro? What the fuck? Holy shit. And why did Echo have powers? Why can't we just stick with her being like this assassin with like really good fight capability? Why do we have to make everyone super powered? God damn, Marvel. Why do you gotta Marvel it all? Why do we need these pathetic supporting characters that just serve to take away from the lead? I don't want Daredevil dealing with this shit at all. All right, it's a good thing Elektra's dead because they'd probably do the same thing with her if they brought her back in. They're probably going to add some female or some other vigilante that comes in. And the interesting part about it is Netflix Marvel actually did a great job with female characters. Disney Plus makes female characters that you just like, why? Why are they even in this? Why is Photon even a thing? Who is this? Moon Knight's girlfriend randomly gets powers in the finale that she hasn't had to earn like Moon Knight did throughout his series. Like, come on now. And female Loki is just like, she's just there to make Loki look like a goofball. You know, Jessica Jones is a badass. Okay? In the Defender show, she wasn't trying to take away from any of the lead. She wasn't trying to be the man or be the lead of the team. She was a badass. She doesn't even care. That's the great thing about her. She doesn't even care to go out of her way to annoy these characters. She simply is Jessica Jones. I love that. And listen, we need supporting characters like this, all right? Listen, Elektra was kind of a problematic character in season 2 because she was just kind of bipolar a bit in that show. You didn't really know what a character was doing, but she's a badass character, and she has good chemistry with Matthew. She adds a good foil to Matthew. These two characters serve as love interests, but also they are damn good characters outside of Matthew. They don't need to be constantly on Matthew's ass to be good characters. And the fight scenes. No show has given me fight scenes like Daredevil did. No show comes close to Daredevil in terms of fight scenes. And I'm not like, listen, we have tracking shots, like the one shots that are being used in all these shows now, but none of them look good because they're all overly choreographed, or like it's a dance now. Daredevil was getting legit tired. Remember this fight scene? Daredevil was getting legit tired punching the shit out of people. And he was getting punched too. He's bleeding. He has 2 broken ribs going into this fight, and you can see it. We don't see this in Marvel anymore. All right? Marvel either descends into a superpowered war where no one takes damage, to be honest, or usually a character walks through a bunch of villains with feeling nothing. Okay? And finally, we need a show dedicated to... This is Matthew Murdock's story. We don't need it to be any other character story. We don't need to make it about 5 other characters. I know we got the Punisher coming into this. We got the White Tiger and all these. At the end of the day, fundamentally what this boils down to is this is Matt Murdock's story. He is the fucking main character. Stop trying to make everyone else main characters. It's him. Don't try to make anyone else take his shine. Don't turn him into this weak, annoying, pathetic, ineffectual character like you've done with so many of your main characters. Stop that. I am really afraid that they're going to adapt the Shadowlands plot and make Daredevil into a CGI, superpower, crazy mess of a story like they do with all their other fucking Disney Plus shows. I don't want that. I want this to be as intimate and personal a Matthew Murdock story as it gets. Remember this, okay? Hell's Kitchen is a single unit of the broader universe, okay? It's a small part of New York itself, right? There are like thousands of heroes now, like that can defend New York. All right, we're not going to make Daredevil try to fight a world-ending villain or some shit like that. All right, we need to make this simple. All right, it's a personal story. We need it to be either Daredevil against a serial killer like Muse, which I love that they're doing, or a kingpin, a crime boss like Wilson Fisk. We don't need a world-level threat that Daredevil needs to fight because it'll descend into dog shit. This needs to be a personal story, not this world Avengers level threat. Okay. Daredevil, at the end of the day, defends his small pocket of this broader Marvel universe. We don't need it to extend and branch to other things. We don't need to connect everything like that. Stop that. Okay? They tried this with The Hand in the Netflix show, and The Hand went to shit as soon as the Defenders came into play. All right? The Hand were not good villains, in my opinion. They were not done well in the Netflix show. I don't even know what the hell their purpose was. Oh, let's break through this wall with Danny Rand's fist so we can get this bone marrow and be immortal. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know. And half of their army went from cool ninjas to like thugs randomly. And look, the only good part of the Defender show was Matt Murdock whooping Danny Rand's ass. Okay, this is sick. All right, the fact that Matt Murdock, a blind man, is just like putting it on the Iron Fist, the world's greatest fighter with chi, is amazing. But that was the only thing I liked about the show. And besides Daredevil himself, because Daredevil carried that show on his back, by the way. Look. This was arguably the best duo in Marvel. Come on, man. Look, who had the chemistry of these two? Nobody. All right? If Daredevil can resurge all of this, I'm telling you, we have Marvel's golden boy on our hands. All right? This is Marvel Jesus. This is the Messiah. I don't care what anyone says. He is it. If you can get him right, you will get not only social proof. Sorry, not social proof. This can be a great case study for why we need to make stories like this and do it with street level heroes. We can't go cosmic all the time. We don't need to make everything a CGI superpower mess. We don't need to have millions of dollars to just throw at the CGI. All right. I know Marvel loves just tanking budgets into CGI, but we don't need to. You have a good character with a good plot in a small pocket of the broader universe. Make it specific to him. That plot is specific to your main character, and it needs to be street level so we don't need to deal with all this cosmic multiversal nonsense that makes us have to rethink how we're going to do future shows and stuff. No. By making shows that aren't so interwoven to everything else in the multiverse, you can have more freedom with what you do. And by making shows that are street level, you have more personal storylines, intimate storylines, and your fights and your action will be a lot better. And in my opinion, your story will be too, because you're not focusing on how to connect everything with cosmic laws and multiversal threats and all this bullshit, CGI nonsense. Okay? Daredevil is it. If Disney and Marvel fucks this up, I am going to riot. We will riot the balaclava cult. I will protest outside of Disney's offices. Okay? Go check out my other video on how Spider-Man 1 wrecks all other current Marvel shows and movies when it comes to this one dark scene. We need stuff like this, okay?